When the curtains parted and the doors opened to St. Peter's balcony at the Vatican on Thursday, an American stepped out into history. The former Cardinal Robert Prevost, introducing himself to the world's 1.4 billion Catholics as Pope Leo XIV. The surprise announcement of the Church's first ever American Pope sent the public scrambling to know more about him, and Catholics here in the United States placing high hopes in one of their own. NBC's Shaquille Brewster has our Sunday focus.
Days of celebration in Chicago. The city known for its iconic skyline, loaded hot dogs, and deep dish pizza. Now the birthplace of the first American Pope, Leo XIV. Known back home as Bob, Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost was the youngest of three boys.
We used to tease him about being Pope when he was 6 years old.
Oh my God, the Chicago guy!
His historic rise to head of the Catholic Church praised to the heavens across the Windy City.
It gives me a great joy.
Students at the Chicago Theological Union, where he earned his master's in divinity, ecstatic.
Having had a similar education to the Pope is a really incredible thing to think about.
Social media instantly flooded with Chicago-centric memes. Leo merch quickly taking over, from trading cards and bobbleheads to the Leo, a divinely seasoned Italian beef at local restaurant chain Portillo's.
After the announcement, there was hours of speculation here in Chicago over which baseball team the new Pope supports. His family helping to clear that up. There's now a White Sox fan at the Vatican.
So I just think it's amazing to know that in the Vatican, in his residence, he could be tuning in and checking in on his team.
The White Sox even posting a TV clip on Instagram showing Pope Leo in the stands at the 2005 World Series.
It's an American Pope from Chicago!
So many across the country celebrating their connection to the new Pope. In New Orleans, a local genealogist found historical records showing Prevost has Black and Creole ancestry.
It's just really, really exciting to know that the Pope is a homeboy per se, that he has deep New Orleans roots.
New York Knicks fans with 3 Villanova stars on their favorite team, hoping Leo's Villanova diploma gives them a little divine boost in the NBA playoffs.
Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Pope Leo. It's all a sign. Everything is pointing Knicks.
Overseas, Peruvians also counting the Pope as one of their own, where Prevost, also a citizen of Peru, spent much of his adult life. Father John Lydon lived and worked with him there for 10 years.
Is it going to be hard for you to stop calling him Bob?
Yes.
What kind of person is he like?
A very fine person, outgoing individual, very humble, very dedicated to the people in Peru.
After a series of appointments, Pope Francis elevated Prevost to be cardinal in 2023, and he was widely seen as the man Francis wanted to replace him. But common wisdom was that there would never be an American Pope. The U.S. was simply too powerful internationally. But analysts say Prevost was different.
A third of his life in the United States, a third of his life in Italy, and a third of his life in Peru. He brings to the office tremendous perspective far beyond Chicago.
Prevost shocking the world when he stepped out on that balcony this week. The Chicago native, previously known as Bob, now forever known by a different name.
And Shaq joins me now live. Shaq, good morning. Yesterday's Knicks blowout notwithstanding, there is real excitement and hope, even beyond Chicago and Villanova, that this American Pope really can energize the Catholic Church here in the United States.
Without a doubt, Willie. I've been talking to so many Catholic leaders over the past couple of days, and they are not shy in admitting that is their hope. It's their expectation, in the words of one that I talked to just yesterday, that this excitement brings people back to the church and even brings new people in. And look, this can come at a critical time for the church. Just look at these numbers from Pew Research. Back in the early 1990s, you saw about 9 out of 10 Americans saying that they were Christian, not just Catholic, but Christian. Today, those numbers are down to 63%. And those same studies show that that decline has stabilized over the past couple of years and shows a smaller drop-off among younger Americans. Now, researchers say there are many factors involved here, including conservative politics, but church leaders are hoping that the excitement around Pope Leo XIV and his teachings becomes one of those factors that helps grow the church here in the United States. Willie?
A new pope bringing new hopes, and the White Sox, let's be honest, could use them. Shaquille Brewster in Chicago for us this morning. Shaq, thanks so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.